created darkness, we created hell, then people think that I'm saying that human beings created it. But I'm saying that it is our disobedience. And with the help of those who deceived us. Because God made a garden. Where does the snake come into the garden? We are not told.
No.
But we are told that the snake came into the garden. And it was a garden God made. And so God told us that the day you eat of this tree, so he has warned us. He said you will die. So it means that death was around. But death is lying it somewhere quietly. So we, as it were, activated. We brought it into being. And so Jesus came to kick it out.
So, Bishop, let me take you back to Genesis. Genesis chapter 1, 26. So, God gave man dominion.
Yeah, God gave man dominion.
And over everything.
Over everything. But he specified. And God said, let us make man in our image. After our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So what came into the garden was creeping. In Genesis chapter 4, God told Cain that there's something creeping at the door. So when we are reading our Bible, we need to put it into the context of those that God inspired to write. So if they are talking snake, they are not doing zoology. they are not talking about zoo. And why did Eve not run away? Because every normal human being sees snake, our reaction is to run, but spoke with it. So in the context of those who God inspired to write the scripture, they know what snake actually means. So immediately we disobey God. Immediately we do not obey God. We have activated things that comes to destroy the earth and comes to destroy man. And so when you say that, I interestingly, I receive a lot of feedback.
I can imagine.
And the feedback that I got, people presumed that I was saying that God, either there is no hell, God did not create hell, and that man created hell. I said man and the principalities of darkness. So maybe the right word I should use is activated by our disobedience, invited, brought in. Because hell was there. And then I went on to explain that according to James chapter 3, verse 6. So I said, hell is an end game, but we don't wait for it to be an end game. When we say end game, at the end of the world, when everything is done. No.
See the text, but I'm struggling to process. I always assume the look of fire is hell. Nyabunzenjam.
Then say it. If you bring it to our...
Okay, so Asamadi is the place of the dead. Place of the dead.
Is the place of the dead. That is what Asamado. The place of the dead. That is what Asamado. Yeah, that's the word he uses. So you read, and we have to read the text over and over again. We activate hell in our homes. Jesus spoke about it. So many times.
Yes, in Matthew chapter 5.
In Matthew chapter 5.
If you call your brother fool, you are in danger.
Have confusion over hell and the lake of fire. But I choose that there is hell. And this hell, Jesus spoke about so many times. Jesus spoke, the New Testament, Jesus spoke about hell more than anybody else.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we don't want to speak too much about hell. So Jesus often warned about the danger of hellfire. Warned about the danger of hellfire. And then he spoke about the rich man and Lazarus. And he said, then in hell, he lifted up his eyes and said, come and put water on my tongue.
Yeah.
So hell, as it were, is the rent.
Yeah.
And now his father even have to sell their investment, their houses, to take care of her for her kidney dialysis, which she has to do 3 times in a week.
Yeah.
And one cancer alone is hell visiting you.
So what is hell? Or what is the concept of hell?
Like-
If can we, with this analogy, are we right if we construe sickness or hardship or anything perceived to be negative to be hell?
That is why, in my understanding, we shouldn't, as it were, activate it by our tongue. The Bible said life and death are in the power of the tongue. So by the things we say. And there are times when people visit mayhem, visit hell, warfare on mankind. So what I was calling attention to, I was rather making it hell not only an end game, but a present day reality. The coordination of the principalities and powers.
Yeah.
When we walk in hatred,
Yeah.
when we want to control another human being,
Yeah.
when in marriage we fight amongst each other,
Yeah.
we are creating hell. So hell could be defined as the lake of fire before the real lake of fire, for better want of word. So Jesus, the Bible says, has the keys of death and hell.
Yeah.
So Jesus came to kick hell out of the earth. And that is where we invite people and say, if you walk with Jesus, he would help you kick the hell out. But many people, in fact, some of the text or the I got will start immediately teaching me about hell. And I said, what you are quoting,
Yeah.
I believe it, but I'm trying to make it a present reality. That, I mean, if you take something that is yours, you are creating hell. You are creating hell. So hell is not only when you meet Jesus. And I'm saying hell is a present reality. And so Jesus coming as the Messiah to repair is to kick the hell out. And remember, I used the word, get the hell out of here. And so I'm saying, get the hell out of your marriage. Get the hell out of your life. If you're a young man, you are in school, and you are doing things that will bring you hell. Hell is not only at the end. You are activating hell. So the preacher is preaching.
Yeah.
Accept Jesus or you go to hell. I'm saying you accept Jesus or you create hell even around you while you are alive. So not at the end of the day that you go to hell.
So it's not just an end game, because you can even accept Jesus and create hell.
Oh yes, you can have Jesus and create
activate hell in your daily life.
And activate hell in your home, in your where the injustice, Jesus came. If maybe I have to stick to what we are discussing, but there's a lot of injustice in this
But
world.
Bishop, you are right, because in Matthew chapter 5, with your permission, from verse 21, it says, you have heard, I'm reading from the NLT, that your ancestors were told, you must not murder. If you commit murder, you are subject to judgment. But I say...
So it's the text. But you see, in our traditional mindset,
we see hell as the end game.
they give me scriptures. And I go back and say, well, I'm just saying what we all believe, except that I'm making the reality. And that is my problem. If we create hell by our actions and inactions, by our actions, by being irresponsible, you break the heart of a young lady.
Yeah.
I mean, you've taken her through a lot of hell, divorce, and you are waiting to say, oh, me, I'll never go to hell. I'll never go to hell. But you are creating You are creating. And Jesus clearly said, what? Treat your neighbor as yourself. Do it unto your neighbor as you want. Love your neighbor. Now, so our understanding is that hell is an end game. And I'm saying, yes, it's an end game, but it's a present day reality. It is there. But we, by our disobedience, and by our wrong talking, we are activating it. And the unfortunate thing is, like a reckless driver, who knocks somebody's only child. Your recklessness is brought hell to a whole family. And that tells us that we live in an imperfect world. So if each one of us, we ask God's mercy, then we can balance it. So that is why Jesus came into this world. There are people who might be languishing in prison now. And it's no fault of theirs. So it makes Christianity more practical and more real when we understand the text from that angle. But maybe once I say human beings and the principalities, we create hell, then I'm saying that God did not. So somebody sent me a message and said, I'm talking like I'm talking about another present reality. I said, no, it's real. In fact, I don't know, when I say that I'll create problem, but right from Genesis chapter 1, I would say that we were thrust into the midst of warfare. Because he said, have dominion. And check, then he mentioned the things that creep. So immediately we were created by God. We're given dominion. If there was nothing wrong, why did we have to be given dominion? So it means there's something wrong somewhere where we must have dominion over it. So your home, your work, everywhere you find yourself, hell is always billowing. But don't invite it by your tongue, by your actions. So
this is really practical, and this is, I mean, what gets me is that someone can be a born again, tongue talking, demon chasing, cancer rebuking, and be creating hell.
Yeah, you are creating hell all over the place without knowing. So Jesus came to get the hell out, to kick the hell out. And so you might be looking at hell as an end game.
I think and
somebody will be preaching, but you are preaching against hell, but actually you are
creating hell.
You are activating hell in the lives of people, around people. And the challenge is that we need to make our world better.
We need to.
If you're a policeman, you arrest somebody, you can arrest somebody, but in arresting the person, the way you handle the person, you are trying to refuse hell by creating hell. And it's a mystery. It's not something we can easily, and you don't know when. And take it, somebody's at a hospital right now as we are talking, without they haven't done anything wrong, but hell is on their case. I mean, cancer is one area that I really feel it for people. When with no fault of theirs. Unfortunately, it's what is said in John chapter 9. They told Jesus, this young man is blind. Who sinned? And Jesus immediately said, it's not his father or mother matter we are talking here, so that the glory of God can be seen. And Jesus healed him. Because it's injustice. It's hell. For us to say, because your father and mother, and the Bible tells us in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18, that he said, the soul that sinneth, it will bear its own iniquity. It will bear its own consequences. So it's injustice for somebody to tell you that because your father had kidney problems, diabetes, you should also have diabetes. And that is why Jesus came, to get the hell out. So in talking about why Jesus came, we have our presuppositions and concepts already.
Because that is what we've been using for evangelism all these years.
And
that well, whatever life that you are in, you come to Jesus. Jesus will sort you out, and if you don't, then you will die and go to hell. And that has been the
insurance policy.
That is, I just live my
You are
life.
a card carrying member of heaven.
Absolutely.
So it means you can live like the devil. And
Well-
unfortunately, that is where we find ourselves now. That I can live anyway, carelessly.
Yeah.
And then eventually, once I lift up my hands, and I'm saying, it's, yes, you are accepting Jesus, your loyalty to the one who came to kick out hell. So it's a matter of loyalty. There's something people say. In fact, I've had occasions where I'm having a spiritual encounter, praying with people, and people that are operating witchcraft, other things say, do you remember the thief on the cross? Last minute. So I'm making last minute. So, and when they quote it, I say, God is not a machine.
Yeah.
It's not a mathematical formula. It's not
Formula.
physics.
Yeah.
Because God is a living being. So you don't know when the bell will sound.
Pull the plug, yeah.
And then the plug is pulled out. And now you are saying it's too late. So make your decision now. But in making your decision now, the Bible says the earth, Jesus is Lord over the earth. And that way, all of us can work with Jesus to kick the hell out of the earth. Kick the hell out. And then finally, we escape hell because we are in Jesus Christ and we are with Jesus Christ. So it's not an end game where once you accept Jesus, and unfortunately, people, I'm in secondary school, somebody comes to talk about going to heaven and heaven and earth, avoiding the hell. So I'm for Jesus. And I can live like whatever I want to. Me, I have my insurance policy. And I'm saying that's dangerous.
But that is what we've done with the gospel for a while. And that is what is supposedly the good news.
So that is why we have to reread our Bible again. So when you are talking about this message, people are reading what is in their mind.
Absolutely.
And not what is in the text. And so what we have made Jesus to be is that, if you are an employer and you are giving your staff help, you can create hell for them.
Wow.
And so at the end, I'll go to heaven. And let me start the conversation again. What I said in Wonderful Jesus was that in the beginning, God created heaven.
If I was going to drag you there.
And earth. He didn't create heaven and hell.